If you're someone with food sensitivities, today's video is all about holiday eating tips for eating with food sensitivities. So if that's you, stay tuned. Hi there, if you're new here, my name's Amanda Malacheski. I'm a certified functional nutrition health coach and a digestive and allergy detective. I help you figure out what's going on with your food allergies and digestive troubles and help you figure out what's causing them so you can stop the problem. If you'd like to hear more about this, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit the bell and to be notified when I post a new video every week. If you have food sensitivities, you know it's kind of a minefield out there between holiday parties and your family holiday meals to figure out how to eat right so that you don't run into problems and spend an awful lot of time in the bathroom later or having other symptoms. I know firsthand how this is because I still have quite a few food sensitivities. So this week I wanted to share my top tips to help you navigate your food sensitivities during the holidays so you can feel more empowered and relaxed about enjoying them. Most of my clients have used some variation of these tips during the holidays and also in other social situations that revolve around food. And I know that you can figure out what to do too, so let's get started. So to start things off, tip number one is to reframe your holiday eating mindset. I know it's tempting to feel a little bit depressed or sad about all the yummy treats that you're maybe going to miss out on if you don't tolerate things like gluten or sugar or whatnot. And, I understand because I have been there myself for certain. And these rituals around eating treats and yummy things together at the holidays is an important part of our family traditions. And it is kind of sad to give them up. So when my clients are struggling with this issue, and even when I struggle with it myself, what I like to do is to bring us back to this question of your why. Why are you giving up the foods that you're giving up? And usually it's because on the one hand, people have symptoms that make them feel really bad. So for a lot of us, it's digestive symptoms that cause us to spend a lot of extra time in the bathroom or having pain in our belly or elsewhere in our bodies. But it also often has to do with things that we enjoy doing that we're missing out on. So I often find that it has to do with wanting to be a good parent, wanting to be able to show up well in your job, or being able to do an activity that people really love. And so I want us to just reframe this conversation around these treats and the things that we're giving up to be in support of us accessing the things that we like to do and being able to do the things that we love. So remembering your why can help you stay committed to this process for yourself while you navigate all these hurdles through the holidays. Tip number two is to get yourself a holiday eating accountability partner or buddy. What this does for you is helps you get together and feel supported around making the right choices that you need to make. And maybe you can get together ahead of time and role play or talk about some of the situations that might be challenging, or even to specifically discuss upcoming events or things that you're not sure how you're going to navigate. Everything in life is a little bit easier with a friend, so see if you can find somebody that can fill this role for you. Tip number three is to bring your own holiday dessert to the party or event. So much of this difficulty revolves around desserts and the gluten and the dairy and the sugar and eggs and things like this that are inside desserts that often don't work for those of us with food sensitivities. And let's face it, these are the most disappointing treats to miss out on: the pumpkin pie, the Christmas cookies, peppermint candy, whatever you like, chocolate. So to make sure that you don't feel deprived and that you can enjoy yourself, I like to recommend to people that they try and find a sweet recipe that they can tolerate. It has all the right ingredients for them, that tastes delicious. And then not only do you not feel deprived, but you can also be a bit of an ambassador for healthy eating. You can show your friends and family how delicious and fun it can be to eat something that's anti-inflammatory and anti-allergenic. There's lots of great recipes all over the web. So a good way to find them is to search for gluten-free desserts or paleo desserts or keto desserts. These kinds of recipes will have ingredient lists that likely support your food sensitivities. Tip number four is to plan ahead for your holiday eating. And this tip has two separate parts. The first part is if you are going to be hosting holiday parties or meals for your family or friends, I really encourage you to trial the recipes that you're planning to use ahead of time to make sure that they're going to work and that they taste good. I was really glad that I did this a couple years ago at Thanksgiving time. I really love pumpkin pie, but I am sensitive to gluten and eggs and other ingredients that go into things like pumpkin pie. And so I set out to find a recipe to adapt. And I tried it the week before Thanksgiving and found that the texture was all wrong. It was rubbery. It didn't taste good. It was kind of chewy and grainy. It was weird. So I was really grateful that I had taken the time to check the recipe and make sure that it was going to taste good before the event. If you're going to be eating your meal at someone else's house, planning ahead means that you want to call ahead and find out what's going to be on the menu. And if the hostess tells you that she's preparing something that you know that you can't eat, then either you can have the conversation about maybe adapting the meal or providing something that you can eat, or you can offer to bring something that you can eat. My sensitivities are such that I often cannot eat what is being prepared at someone else's house. It's really complicated for somebody to work it all out. So at that moment, then I just let people know ahead of time, you know what, I'm going to be bringing my own food and I don't want you to feel bad about it. I just want to let you know that to take care of my needs, I need to do this. And then one more way that it's good to plan ahead is to consider what you're going to say if somebody gives you a hard time about your dietary choices or pesters you about it or wants to know what's going on. And I've often found that the simplest answer to this question is just something simple like, I get symptoms when I eat those foods, and so I have to avoid them for my medical health. It's nice to think ahead and plan what you're going to say so it just doesn't turn into this big conversation piece, especially if you don't want it to. Tip number 5 is to eat before you go. So if you don't know what's going to be on the menu or you're sure you won't be able to eat something there, it's a great idea to just eat a meal before you go. And that way you're not going to be hangry while you're there at the party, craving something to eat and not being able to eat something suitable. Or you're also going to avoid any awkward situations with the host. You can just politely say that you ate before you came and you don't need to eat anything. How do you manage your food sensitivities during the holidays? Tell me all about it in a comment below this video. I hope this video helps you feel more empowered to face the holidays despite your food sensitivities, and that you'll make use of these tips to feel great. If you'd like to learn more about the strategies that I use to help my clients reduce or even sometimes eliminate their food sensitivities and repair their digestion, I encourage you to download your free copy of Roadmap to Gut Recovery. It's a self-help guide that gets you started right away with steps that you can do starting right now to get started repairing your gut. You can download it for free by visiting confluencenutrition.com/roadmap. And I will also provide the link for that below this video in the comments. And if you've already done a lot of diet tinkering and you're still having food sensitivities and you're having trouble figuring out the why behind those food sensitivities and you need a little extra support trying to figure out what's going on there, I really want to encourage you to schedule a free 30-minute assessment session with me where I can speak with you for a little bit and get a sense about what's going on and suggest some next best steps for you. And you can get some information about what it would be like to work with me further. You can schedule that by visiting confluencenutrition.com/contact. I won't be recording and publishing a new video next week because I will be cooking and relaxing with my family down in Mendocino County for the holiday. But I wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving, and may you not experience any trouble from your food sensitivities. I'll see you all in 2 weeks.